Hey everybody, this is Matt here. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate exporting a fragment of a video in Movavi Video Editor 2026. Okay, you can see I have the program open here, and I don't mean to be silly, but I just simply want to go through some basic motions here. I'm going to move the mouse pointer up here to the upper left. I'm going to click import. That import icon there, I'm going to click that now. Now I'm going to click the file import option there on the menu bar there. See file import, I'm going to click that. Now I'm going to move the mouse pointer down and click the Add Files icon here to find my file. Now, give me a moment now. I have to navigate to my folder which contains my file, my video file. I'm going to move the mouse pointer to the left and click Desktop on the left. Now I'm going to double click Sample Clips. I'm going to double click Movavi Video Editor 2026 and export fragment, the folder there. I'm going to double click that. And now here's my video clip, export fragment sample. So I'm going to double click that now. Perfect. That's my video that I'm going to be working with. So now I want to simply save my project before I proceed any further. So I'm going to move the mouse pointer up here and click the File menu there. And I'm going to move the mouse pointer down and click Save Project. And now I have to find my folder again. So I'm going to move the mouse pointer to the left here on the prompt box. I'm going to click the desktop option there, the desktop. And I'm going to double click Sample Clips, double click Movavi Video Editor 2026. And I'm going to double click export fragment there. And I'm going to type in a file name. And my file name is going to be export fragment demo. Okay, so now I'm going to move the mouse pointer down and click the save icon there on the bottom right. Okay. Now, before I add the video clip to the timeline, I simply want to secondary click it here and show you this really important fact. I'm going to click File Information. I'll click that now. And we can see the file format is MP4. The codec is H.264. That's what you should stick with, especially when in doubt. Throughout the most part, you'll find that probably the best. That's what I tend to use. Width and height is 1920 by 1080. Aspect ratio 16:9. And the frame rate is 30 frames a second. Those are about the most important facts there. That's what we'll be rolling with when we export. So now I'm going to move the mouse pointer down and click the OK icon on the bottom right of this prompt box, okay? Okay, perfect. Now, I simply want to add that clip to the timeline, that video to the timeline. So I'm now going to click it to select it. And I'm going to secondary click it now and click Add to the timeline. And I'm going to click, you have the option of to current position at the beginning or at the end. I'm going to click at the beginning. Okay, so I'm going to click at the beginning, which is definitely best here considering there are no other clips on the timeline. So now this video clip is on the timeline. And now I'm going to simply click the position indicator and drag it ahead to about where I want it to be. I want to get that picture-in-picture there of the ducks. Okay. Now, remember, now this doesn't have to be exact. It'd be okay if you went a little bit over and got a couple of frames of the last clip. That should be fine. Just edit them some more. Clip them off in another project file and add them to your greater project, whatever you want to do with them, okay? Don't be afraid to get a couple more frames and trim them off. Okay, so I'm going to start there. Okay, perfect. You can see that's where I want to start. So now I'm going to move the mouse pointer over here to the right and click the drop down menu to the right of export there. So the icon, the export icon, I'll click that drop down menu and click select fragment. Perfect. Now the selection on the left, see that? I'm going to drag it back a little just to show you, but now drag it forward to get the ducks. That's about right there. As I said, a few frames of the last clip should be fine. Just remember to trim them off in another project if you want to, okay? Now I'm going to click the fragment selection on the right and drag it ahead somewhat. Okay. There is my brother there, Randy. That's my brother. And I'm going to drag the selection further ahead. Oh, going too far now. That's me. So I'll drag it back. See that? Click it and drag it to about where you want it. That's about right there. So now my fragment selection is... My fragments are selected. My fragment part of me is selected. And click the drop down arrow to the right of export. And I have to export fragment. So I'll click export fragment. Okay. And you can see the duration is 13 seconds compared to the 25 seconds of the original fall. Okay. And now it looks like I'm going to click browse here to find my folder. Okay, it looks about right. That's the export fragment folder that I want, but I'll click Movavi Video Editor 2026 there, see that? And export fragment, I'll click that. That's select to select it. So move the mouse pointer down, click select folder, just to go through that with you again to review that. So I'll click select folder there on the bottom right. Export fragment demo, I'm going to change the name of that now to Ducks and Randy. I'll type in a new name just for the fragment. Ducks and Randy fragment. Perfect. Now I'm going to move the mouse pointer down and click advanced here. And you can see the video codec is H.264. That's the way to go for now, definitely. You have other options of AVI and MPEG-4, pardon me. But H.264 should be your best bet throughout the most part, especially if you're ever in doubt. And I'm going to move the mouse pointer down and click frame rate there. The drop down menu, I'm going to select 30 frames a second. Bitrate, I'm going to go with auto. The sample rate there looks good. I'm going to leave it at the default. And of course, stereo audio is great. Now I'm going to click that gear there to the right of video codec. I'm going to click 2-pass encoding. Check that to make sure it ensures higher quality. And the presets there. The default is film. You have other options, but believe me, throughout the most part, you're really going to want to use film. That's the best option throughout the most part. Now, the speed there is faster, okay? It's the default. Now, this is a personal decision you'll have to make for yourselves. But the higher the speed, the lower the quality. The lower the speed, the higher the quality. So if you have a particular client that really wants high quality, very slow, maybe the way to go. That's a decision you have to make for yourselves, but my recommendation is either medium or slow. I'm going to simply go with medium here. Select medium, click medium. I'll move the mouse pointer down and click OK here in the bottom of this prompt box. The export settings, I'm going to click OK. Now I'll click OK again here. And I'm going to click start the export. Okay, nifty, it's exported now. You can see the file export fragment, Ducks and Randy fragment. .mp4 has been saved successfully. And you can see there's a check mark in the box there for open output folder. I want to do that, so I'm going to click OK there in the bottom right of that prompt box. The saving successful prompt box, I'm going to click OK. Now there's my video clip. Let's simply watch it now. So I'm going to double click it so we can watch it in Windows Media Player. Okay, neat. Now I'm going to close the player window there. I'm going to close the folder window. Alright. Now I'm going to move the mouse pointer to the right of the screen there. See the export icon. I'm going to click the drop down menu again. Now I'm going to click cancel selection to get rid of the selection. Perfect. Now I want to show you something else. See this position indicator? I'm going to drag it ahead a little, get me there. As I said earlier, a frame of the last clip should be fine. In this situation, this is just a demonstration. It doesn't really necessarily have to be exact. But you can go through it frame by frame. If you get a couple frames of the last clip, that's fine. Just cut them out in another project, okay? Alright, that's about right there. Now, I just want to get the one clip of me. So I'm going to split it off there. I'm going to see the scissors there on the toolbar. I'm going to click scissors. Scissors to split my clip. That's a clip of me looking at the swans. And perfect. Now, one thing you can do here, see the clip is selected. I'm going to click it to ensure you know it's selected. When the clip's selected, you can add a marker to it. See this marker icon here? Add marker to a clip. I'm going to click it now. Now, move the position indicator ahead a little. You can see the marker there on the beginning of the clip. Now I'm going to move the position indicator to the end of the clip, about the end right there, and I'm going to click add marker again. So now we have two markers that we can work with. Perfect. There's the first marker and the second marker on this clip. So I can rename the marker. I secondary clicked it and I'll click rename marker. And I'm going to call that Matt Swan's beginning. Okay. And I'm going to secondary click the marker on the end at the far right there. And I'm going to click rename marker. And I'm going to call that, type in Matt Swan's end. Perfect. Now, I've added markers to make selecting easier. Now I can move the mouse pointer to the right here and click the drop down menu and click select fragment. You can select fragment as I showed you earlier. But now what I'm going to do is show you another nifty little trick. Oh, I'll select the clip again. And I'm going to move the mouse pointer up and secondary click the position indicator there. And I'm going to click select fragment there on the drop down menu. I'll secondary click the position indicator, and now I'm going to click select fragment. Okay, so now the one on the left looks about right. Okay, I'll move the position indicator ahead a little so we can see it easier. See that? Now I'm going to drag it back to the left to cover the position marker there, the clip marker. See that? Cover the marker, I should say, pardon me. Now I'm going to drag the selection on the right. See that? Forward to the right to cover the marker. Perfect. Now I'm simply going to export that fragment. So I'll move the mouse pointer up and click the export icon here. Actually, primarily not the export icon. I'm going to click the drop down menu to the right of the export icon and click export fragment. That's what we want to do here. Okay. And you can see this fragment is 7 seconds long. And my folder is already right. It's selected. That's perfect. But now export fragment. I'm going to change the title of that. So I'm going to delete demo there. And type in Matt and Swans. Okay, so I've changed the name. Okay, so I've changed the title. Now I'm going to click the advanced icon here. And you can see everything looks about right. H.264. As I selected earlier, 30 frames a second. Everything looks right. I'll click the gear again. And the export is medium. 2 pass encodings checked. And the presets film. That's what we want here. I say always go with film throughout the most part. And the speed is medium. That's probably your best option, unless you want a really high quality. So I'm going to move the mouse pointer down and click the OK icon here. Move the mouse pointer down to the right and click the OK icon again. Now I'm going to click start. Okay. Okay, the file export fragment Matt and Swans.mp4 has been saved successfully. Now open output folder is checked. So I want to do that because I want us to watch the video clip. So I'm going to click the OK icon here on the bottom right of the saving successful prompt box. I'll click OK now. Okay, now let me double click that clip so we can watch it. Okay, really nifty. So now I'll close the player window. Now I'll close the folder. Okay, that was nifty. Now I'm going to move the mouse pointer to the right of the screen and click the drop down arrow and click cancel selection to remove the selections, the fragment selections. Perfect. Okay, well that's exporting a fragment in Movavi Video Editor 2026. It's a pretty nifty concept, nifty feature of the program. You may not need it very often, but if you wanted to export particular clips for a trailer, say, that could be cool. Okay, have any questions, ask them in the YouTube comment section below. I'll answer all I can. And I'll get back to you when I can. And, well, thanks for watching and thanks for your time.